what are ladies looking for in the bedroom? The majority of men are completely unaware of this. Because it is never taught to them anywhere and because women rarely discuss it. Given the sensitive nature of the subject, it can be quite embarrassing. Fortunately for you, I am going to divulge 10 secrets that other ladies are too hesitant to tell you about and will not tell you. After all, it's my mission to blow every woman's mind in bed. Right now, I'm going to tell you what the most common unspoken desires of women are, so you may fulfill them and provide the most incredible sex possible to the ladies you're with. The kind of experience they'll never forget and keep coming back for more. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, pay attention and keep watching because you're going to love this and adore me. I'm going to be your very own personal lady. I'll tell you what women truly want versus what they think they want, as well as the most efficient ways to win over any girl you desire. So, subscribe now so you never miss a video, and here are 10 things women desire in bed but are too bashful to ask for. Number 1, they want to learn how to turn your wife on, which is one of the most important aspects of your sex life. Women, unlike men, are not always eager to go and have sex. As a result, they require a little warm-up session to ready themselves both mentally and physically. So some decent foreplay tactics can always come in handy. When it comes to fulfilling your woman or simply knowing a woman with whom you're sleeping, she wants to know that you value every feature of her body. In reality, even the most basic airspaces can become erogenous zones. If correctly treated, as you progress to sex, run your hands over every part of her, not just the portions associated with sex, and tell her how sexy you think she is. This will stimulate her mind and body in the appropriate way, preparing her for sex. Number 2, close your eyes. Sexual eye contact is fantastic for both of you shortly before having an orgasm. While gazing into your partner's eyes is fantastic, or even before you have an orgasm. It increases pleasure and strengthens the bond between the two of you. Again, even though this is a girl you're sleeping with, it still increases it. It doesn't have to be love, and it doesn't have to be during climax. As I previously stated, locking one's eyes while having sex is a thrilling experience that most women subconsciously seek, even if they appear to be uncomfortable with it. Yes, I'm sure you've stared at ladies while having sex, but locking eyes with her is something that not many guys do, but should surely do all right. Number 3 demonstrates excitement all women desire, guys. They are sleeping with in order to appear overjoyed at the prospect of being inside of them. And having your penis rock hard is a great turn on for them, which is why I need to inform you about Joy Mode. Joy Mode restores natural and scientific elements to men's sexual wellness solutions. Joy Mode was developed in response to market products such as prescriptions and over-the-counter gas station medicines. When I hear that those things are bad and can cause harm, I am furious. In the long run, I would much rather you take a supplement meant to naturally spice things up than a prescription medicine that can have disastrous repercussions on you and your penis. So, whether you're happy or unhappy with your bedroom performance, why not improve it with Joy Modes? Sexual Performance Booster is similar to a pre-workout but for sex, so you can take it for 45 minutes to 5 hours. Before you have sex, you may expect one of your greatest directions, letting her know she's turning you on. So, if you want to spice things up in the bedroom and increase your sexual performance naturally without the use of a terrible prescription. Number 4 is a rough player. Many women prefer their partner to be somewhat domineering in bed. I'm not talking about physical abuse or pushing your partner to do things they don't want to do, but the great majority of women like getting into trouble. And some foul words to cap it off. Many women appreciate and enjoy when a man takes control and gets a little aggressive in bed. If she doesn't like it, then of course stop. Rough play isn't for everyone, but generally speaking, this is something many women are into but don't say. Number 5, should move downtown. Most women find it difficult to ask for oral sex because they are taught to provide pleasure rather than request it, and they may be frightened that their man will reject them. You may dislike the act, respond negatively to her, or be turned off by the way she tastes or smells. However, oral is one of the most pleasurable things for a woman. In fact, most women are more likely to orgasm from oral sex than from penetration, which means that going down and giving good oral is something you definitely need to do if you want to fully satisfy your partner and if you want her to do it to you. Sixth, take note of her reactions. If you actually observe a woman's body language and conduct in the bedroom, you can instantly tell whether she likes or dislikes anything that you're doing, and whether she wants anything new or different, or for you to stop, start, or continue doing something. Most guys go about the whole thing without really paying attention to the woman they're sleeping with. They just kind of focus on themselves, so they never really get the keys to giving her crazy amounts of pleasure because they're not looking at her and seeing what she likes. But if you take time to observe, she'll be more than happy because she'll have an amazing time every time, and so will you, which also means she'll keep coming back. Number 7. So fantasies and kinks are an integral part of our sexuality. For example, many women have bondage fantasies, but these fantasies usually involve something on the softer side, like being tied up with scarves or being blindfolded. The only way you'll find out what your girl might want to try is by asking her with an open mind. Number 8. Make her pleasure a priority. Women realize that after an orgasm, you want to roll over and slumber. We know it's not a secret, but that's not the kind of response that makes us want to come back to you for more, especially if we're left unsatisfied. Make it a priority that your partner experiences just as much pleasure as you do during all physical encounters. This doesn't always mean she has to orgasm. Some women are turned off by the pressure to climax and prefer the overall experience versus the traditional end goal, and most women don't actually orgasm sometimes, but it does mean her pleasure should be just as much of a priority as it is yours, and just because you've had enough doesn't mean the mutual act of lovemaking is done. Some men put too much focus on themselves and completing their orgasm and ejaculation. It's a terrible recipe for your pleasure. Number 9. So there's nothing worse than going into separate corners after finishing sex and letting it get too awkward or like too cold. You two just got very intimate with each other, and there needs to be time spent together after that. Most women would enjoy kissing during and after sex, and cuddling after sex shows her that it meant something to you, that it makes you feel more connected afterwards, and that it was enjoyable for you. Number 10. Switch things up. Having sex with no change in the environment can be boring and stale, or even like having no change in the moves, so she may not want to bruise your ego by bringing this up with you. But if you've been repeating the same bedroom routine over and over and over for months in a row, it's likely she'll appreciate switching things up a bit. This doesn't mean you have to go to the extreme in your attempt to make things exciting. Reduce the lighting if your schedule allows it. Spread a blanket on the living room floor and turn on some music. Take a vacation somewhere like to escape the pressures of everyday life that could be limiting your bedroom routine. You might also want to surprise her with a romantic night out in a nice hotel room over the weekend. So the more you've gotten to know what thrills her by asking and listening with an open mind over the course of your relationship, the better ideas you'll have about how to really turn her on to her fullest extent and keep the fire alive. Finally, thanks for watching today's video. I hope you found it useful, and as always, I'll see you next week.